KATC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, expect tropical showers and thunder showers across the area, mostly scattered activity over the next couple of days. The big heavy rains and the heavy rain threat confined to southeast Texas, maybe extreme southwestern Louisiana. We'll show you that coming up in just a bit, but a high-end heavy rainfall event that could be catastrophic once again for the city of Houston or the Houston Metroplex, and we'll show you that coming up in just a bit. Here's Tropical Storm IMELDA, and as we mentioned earlier, we had a disturbance that could develop earlier today per the National Hurricane Center. Then an hour later, it's a tropical depression. An hour after that, it's a tropical storm. And less than an hour after that, it made landfall. Now it's down to a tropical depression, but it's going to be a rainfall event. That's how we've been advertising this for the last 4 or 5 days, going back to last week as well. System making landfall right by Freeport. Here's a 12-hour loop. There's the circulation. And you can see that circulation now right in the downtown Houston area where there's nothing but concrete. So that rain falls, it's got nowhere to go, and the water's going to be piling up along the 610 loop and across portions of southeast Texas for sure. Locally here, not a whole lot going on. We had some tropical showers and thunder showers. In fact, some strong storms. Wind gusts over by Baton Rouge gusting up to 66 or better. Some planes flipped. There was some wind damage there, and we had some strong winds in some of the cells here locally, and that's what happens with these tropical systems. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a bit. Now, there is a flash flood watch in effect for extreme southwest Louisiana, Cameron, Calcasieu, and Beauregard Parish for about 2 to 3 inches of rain, but up to 6 possible, especially as you get into the western part of the state. And it could even be more than that down the line, and much more as you get into Texas. And we still have a coastal flood advisory. Tide's been running about 1 to 2 feet above normal, but that should get back a little bit closer to normal tomorrow and then improve thereafter. So here's a 12-hour loop, radar satellite composite loop of IMELDA, Tropical Storm IMELDA, and you can see how that circulation got going. Now it's circulating in Texas, not unlike and actually pretty similar to maybe Tropical Storm Allison back in 2001. So we'll be watching this for rainfall. We're not saying it's going to be the same rainfall in Texas nor here in Louisiana, but we'll have to watch the system. National Hurricane Center has put out the last advisory on this system, so it's going to be a weak low as it and weakening as it moves to the north now. Obviously a tropical depression. Wind not an issue, but rain certainly an issue. And this is what tropical systems do. Look at earlier in the day, we had much more expansive tropical showers across the region. And in between some of our rain bands, we had partly sunny skies, stormy weather, partly sunny skies. And that's how these storms work. And then at night, they consolidate near the center. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And then tomorrow morning, you'll start to see this area expanding out. And then in the afternoon, that's when we'll see our scattered storms. Elsewhere in the tropics, it is very busy. I'm not even showing you what's going on in the Pacific, but in the Atlantic Basin, tropical wave here in the Eastern Caribbean, obviously Hurricane Humberto. Tropical depression number 10 is looking very close to a tropical storm just on the last few images. And another tropical wave that shows promise for development and has a swirl already. So we're going to be talking about tropical systems for quite a while, and 10 is going to become Tropical Storm Jerry more than likely for tomorrow. Meanwhile, Humberto is a major hurricane, became that this evening and will pass by Bermuda dangerously close. And it's a large hurricane, so hurricane conditions are expected in Bermuda. Remember, the hurricane conditions are outside of the cone. This is just where the eye will likely go, but more than likely hurricane conditions for Bermuda this time tomorrow night, and then that system moving way out into the North Atlantic down the line, but could come close to the Canadian Maritimes. Meanwhile, the second system that we're watching, tropical depression number, or the third system, can't even keep count at this point. This is going to be Jerry, tropical depression number 10, and eventually a hurricane. We think this curves out to sea, but we'll have to wait and see on that. And there's going to be more action behind that system. So here's the 3-kilometer NAM model doing exactly what we're seeing right now, keeping all the heavy rain across the Houston Metroplex, southeast Texas, and then tomorrow morning, much the same. But notice some locally heavy storms pushing into coastal Cameron Parish and then farther to the east into the afternoon. afternoon. This is a little bit of a different model output, showing some pretty hefty storms mostly offshore, but we'll see activity inland. The heavy rainfall, though, staying across southeast Texas over the next couple of days. And this model may be fast on lifting the low pressure to the north, and we'll see more of that activity bucking into Louisiana as we head into Thursday as well. So pretty good rain chances next couple of days. Here's the rainfall totals, and always have to explain it's one model projection, but when you have multiple models telling you 1 to 2 feet of rain over southeast Texas, that was the Euro model through the weekend. The RPM model showing much the same, 1 to 2 feet of rainfall, and then the high resolution rapid refresh model zoomed into southeastern Texas, also showing you the possibility of 1 to 2 feet of rain. You pay attention. Now, it may not be here, it may be up here, it may be over here. We don't know where it's going to manifest, but there's going to be some serious flooding going on for our friends just to the west, and we'll have to watch western Louisiana and southwestern Louisiana just in case. 75 the low tonight. Most of us stay quiet. Then tomorrow, a good chance of scattered tropical showers and thunder showers with gusty winds with some of those cells. 88 the high tomorrow. I'll keep rain chance 50 to 60% on Thursday. Tone it down ever so slowly for Friday. And then by the weekend, high pressure starts banking in from the northeast. That means temperatures going back up. Dew points coming down, though. And rain chances coming down this weekend as well, which we look forward to. Unfortunately, not a direct threat here in Louisiana, but we'll watch it, especially for Cameron, Calcasieu, Beauregard parishes over the next couple of days.
All right, thanks, Rob.